Good day, everyone. Welcome back. Now, with the war in Ukraine, we see a lot of drone usage, especially the TB2 or the Bayraktar from Turkey. And honestly, drones are quite an interesting piece as they are quite flexible and also multi use. Now, while waiting for a Bayraktar kit, I went ahead and picked up another drone, which is Academy's 135 US Army RQ-7B UAV. Now, externally, they have some callouts. You have the paint index right here, and then also what you would expect with the completed kit. As you can see, it's quite the figure. You also have a diorama base right here. And the kit does come with two figures, both of which are operators for the drone, and as noted here, a camouflage uniform of figures with a decal. They do have a decal sheet for the multicam for this one, but we'll get into that later. Now, as usual, with the inbox reviews, we'd be taking a look at the parts and probably some feedback along the way. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, when you open the box, this is literally what would greet you. Only 3 sprues. One is dedicated for the RQ-7B itself, another for the stand and other pieces, and lastly, one for the figures. Now let's take a look at the drone itself first. Now this would be the drone's wings, and also this one for the piece. If I'm not mistaken, this would be underneath. Next, you have the tail of the RQ, or the shadow, rather. And this is the design. These angle design is somewhat similar to what you would see on the Bayraktar. You also have here the propeller, the camera right here. You have here the tail pieces, the ones connecting to the tail wing right here. And then next you have the body of the drone itself. You have here all 3 parts. And the rest are external sensors and also pieces of the drone. I forgot to note, on closer inspection you could see that the camera is detailed, so just have to paint that properly. Surface detail wise, not a lot going about, although very decent rivets right there. Here you have a diorama base. I'm not sure what this is supposed to look like, if it's just some generic diorama base, or you could probably do your own thing with this, but it is quite a nice feature, as you could mount it right here. You could mount it to the dio base and make it look like it's in air, or make another diorama base using the figures right here, which we would get to. Now the other parts here are for the engine and also the landing gear of the shadow. And then lastly, we have here the sprue for the figures. Attachment points are very pronounced. You have here nice body armor molding. Facial features are pretty decent enough. You have one right here, and you have another right here. Now one of them is pushing the drone, one of them is made to push the drone, and then the other would be holding a radio. Lastly, we have the instruction manual and also the decal sheet. Let's first take a look at the decal sheet. You have here markings and also warnings for the drone itself. You also have a shark mouth right here. And this is actually the interesting part of the kit. You have an entire section dedicated for the multicam uniform that are used by the figures. Although honestly, I have no idea how to use this or apply this, it's still something I have to take a look at. But if you guys know, please inform me in the comment section. And then another would be the manual. So you have the color callouts right here. The front art is what you would see on the box. Assembly, you have the fuselage, the engine, as you can see there. Attach it externally. And then the wings and the tail booms, if I'm not mistaken. Then the top of the drone, the wings. Then you have the camera, the landing gear, external sensors. Then you have the tail. And here you have optional parts, higher elevation of the drone or lower elevation. Then you have here the figures. Use the decals for the figures. And these are the two options that you would have for displaying this kit. Either have the operators pushing it or in flight with the Diorama Base. Common data for the shadow. You have some camouflage scheme or splotches right here. Then you have all the warning signs in and around the wings and the front. Markings right here. A shadow from an unknown unit in Iraq. Another shadow in Iraq. Yet another shadow in Iraq. And then lastly, you have here the Special Troops Battalion of the 1st Brigade, 2nd Infantry Division, stationed in Korea, 2011. Lastly, parts callout. And yeah, that's it. It's a relatively short review, as I was also surprised myself that the kit had very few parts. But quite an interesting kit nonetheless, as it is 135, and considering that it is 135 and this is an aerial vehicle, I was thinking it would probably be around 172 or 48, but they did go with the common armor scale, which is 135. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down and let me know down in the comments below what you think of this kit or any feedback in general. And as always, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.